I went into the fucking grocery store and bought all the flavors I hadn't tried before.
Okay, guys, about to
You
start the
never tried
music.
red?
It was a strawberry lemonade. I never had.
Oh, it looks like the fucking red one.
Yeah, it does. No, it's like a little lighter pink, but I've never had the strawberry lemonade. Tried.
Everybody riot, organized chaos, nobody quiet. We gon' try a seance. Communication and communion with the world's greatest icon. Station as a human, yet he's listening to my song. I've joined this that no nigga with the bass and the bang, make it do yo. Hit you with the 5 elements like 5 elephants. Let him know I'm relevant. I'm heaven sent, telling him we're from a whole nother galaxy. I'm actually born from the static sea. Ass to be crazy, I'm trying to be amazing. Next big thing kinda has a nice ring. Bada boom, bada bing. You love it when I go off when it's all out and it's so awesome. I gotta.
Bro, Ruben has a knack for just taking it down like 7 notches all at once, then turning it one, and then just turning it off altogether. He has a fucking knack for that. It happens every time. Holy shit. And I know Chino notices because he's fucking laughing.
I do notice, but I like it, so that's why I don't really say shit.
Yeah, because you wait for me to start the show.
Your reaction is always perfect. That's why, man. Keep doing that, Ruben.
It does make for a nice
I'll
video.
keep doing it.
But
I gotta
anyways,
fix it
guys,
to make it
welcome to the Roundtable here on HamiltonRadio.net channel HR2. I am your host, John Brecco, and we have a very, very special guest today, a guy that's been on the show before. But first, we've got fellow co-host Chino De Leon over here, Victoria Skaplin, who just now came in, probably going to take like the next 47 minutes to get set up. And we've also got guest host for tonight's show, Kevin Escobar. Bro, how you doing with that bald ass head?
Are you just jealous I'm saving money on my hair care products?
Hey, I believe it. Holy shit. Bro, before you and Victoria came, this was a show of the thirstiest motherfuckers on the planet. Bro.
I heard Chino say he likes this and likes that. I don't know. I'm glad I missed that. I don't want to know what he likes.
Yeah, right. Jealous.
Listen.
I just want to let y'all know I'm not costed right now, guys.
Bro, Chino had water. Oh, shit.
No, get down. Sorry, guys.
Bitches.
So unprofessional right now.
Nah, Chino had water, right? I had lime Gatorade, and our guest has this fucking strawberry lemonade Gatorade that I've never seen before in my life. It's like a fucking unicorn. Holy shit. But anyways, our guest is the star of Grieving Productively, a special that he released and produced all on his own. Winston Hodges, bro, how you feeling, man? It's been a while.
Good, man. I know it's been a while, and I'm at my house and not in my car, so it's nice to like be here in a building.
Last time he did the show, like while he was moving, right?
Yeah, I was like on my way back from a live show, and I didn't want to cancel doing yours, so you're
a noble man. You're a noble man. Respect.
Yeah, I should have canceled. I absolutely while it was happening, I was like, I should have it was happening, and I was like, I should turn my phone off and pretend that the internet fucked up so bad, and just let him flounder and deal with it. But I'm back inside in a building.
He made it back, and he was there the first time. Take a fucking bow. Holy shit. Look at this motherfucker. But anyway, like I said, you produced Grieving Productively recently, and the main topic of it was about the passing of your father. And I was genuinely touched by it. You made me laugh, but I was genuinely touched. I was choked.
Thanks, man.
I'm not going to lie. I was feeling it right between my breasts. Okay.
Oh man, yeah.
I just wanted
I think that's just all your weight. I don't know if that had to do with me, buddy. I think the.
you think they just might be jiggling around? You know,
dude.
All right, that's what it is. It's the vibration. That's what the fuck it is. But anyways, the first question that I want to ask you is I actually have an older father, right? My dad was born in 1948. He's 72. I've done research on this.
Damn.
Fucking 3-year-olds playing on their fucking iPads. I'm sitting here with a dad as old as cable television. All right?
Wow.
That's how fucking old my dad is. But, there is a part of me that, and I'm half joking when I say this. I'm preparing for it mentally. And Do you feel like this is an honest question? Do you feel like reading productively kind of helped you with the process? Because I'm sure you have a parent pass. You never really get old like you want. So do you feel like it kind of helped?
Yeah, man, absolutely. Yeah, like the biggest fan of my comedy. So it was cool to like make something about him, and like between that and going to therapy and fucking like I've got a podcast about death and loss, but I only talk to comedians, so we like make fun of it in the way that only people that have gone through that shit can make fun of it. It's fucking dope, man. It's definitely helped a lot. So when your dad dies, you should totally make a comedy special.
Okay, that's when I should make the next one.
Yeah, that's it. Your next special should be the day he dies. You should just go live on Facebook and do an hour.
I should let him know that I fucking see what he says. Because he looks old as shit, too. He looks like fucking Santa Claus.
Wow.
Yeah. He's got the fucking white beard, big ass belly. I think.
How old are you?
I'm 25.
Oh, so he was like fucking blowing loads late in life.
Yeah, he was in his late 40s.
Are you only child, John?
Yeah. It's just me.
Crazy.
Oh, he
47.
was life like you're supposed to, and then had a
Yeah.
kid. Oh, he did it.
No, he left it in too long. That is an accident.
Yeah. You see, I had a kid at 21, so I'm gonna be in the club with my son. So I did it right.
Ooh, okay.
It just screams accident though, doesn't it?
Yes. Everything about you screams mistake.
I was gonna say everything I feel in my chest, including the vibration.
Yes.
That happening as late as it fucking did. I love it. Bro, honestly, if I'm gonna make a special before my dad dies, it should just be called "This Was a Fucking Mistake."
Yeah. There you go.
That's what I'm thinking.
It's just an hour of you playing with your hair.
Is this for an hour?
It's just you touching your fucking face in front of a camera for 60 minutes.
Bro, I'll just be here. I'll bust out a Dougie like maybe like 5-10 minutes.
Yeah.
You just over there looking for it. Just
I'm waiting for it, dude. Reminding me to touch my.
Well, we all know
already
Kevin's
got you
not
on
worried about it.
You want to see my nutsack? I don't know. Is it? No, that's not the point.
bro. The thing here's the thing. I feel like Kevin wants to do it, but his hand might slip.
You can do it.
Yeah, that's the whole point.
He can still do it. He can still do it. It would just be a little bit of a smoother motion.
Yeah, flips off and right across your face.
Y'all can't relate, fellas. Don't worry.
He's got like a wave motion to it.
I'm just saying, if I ever get into a fight, I have an advantage. I'll grab your head.
Okay.
I'm a bad bitch. I used to do MMA like 10 years ago, and one of my favorite moves was stick my finger up. I win. So.
Hey.
Hey, man, there's no rules in street fights.
No, you know what I think he should do. Like how there's been like a couple of those guys when they're in the octagon, they take their foot off they take their foot, push it against the cage, and like throw like a Superman punch, right? He should do that, but like put his like hand against his head first for extra power. I think it would help. Yeah, I was gonna say.
Let's just
We'll try it later.
Listen. And after that, after he knocks the guy out, he'll just sit there and scratch his beard like he was doing a couple seconds ago.
Hey, Winston.
Yes.
I actually have a question. When you decided to do the special, like I know on very end of the special, you went to do a show the day your father passed. I know that you explained that that's what he wanted you to do, but how, like, in all seriousness, like, how did that feeling before hitting that stage, like, did you? I don't know, was it nervous? It had to be more. For me, it would be worse than nervous.
It was like crazy, man, because it's like when he was sick, I didn't know I was gonna make a special. I just knew that I probably would want that set recorded because I was like, I hadn't written anything. I just like got on stage and was like, I just needed to talk about it because I'd felt like so alone and all my friends were doing comedy. So it started with me just working stuff out mentally. And then it got to a point where I was just like, I need to do something for my dad. And I had planned to do like a regular special where I would do like 30 or 35 minutes, just record it in like this rock concert, rock hall, the Southern Cafe and Music Hall in Virginia is what the plan was. And then COVID happened, everything shut down. And so I just had to be like, all right, well, I guess I'm going to improvise and edit all this stuff together and just get it out there because we were coming up on, I wanted it to be released near his 1 year. I didn't want to like wait an extra year.
Yeah, like I told you, I know I wrote it too, but I watched it last Saturday with my mom. Past week, I watched it with my mom. And, when I first watched it, I got feelings. I'm not a heartless. So I felt the emotions, eyes got watery, and I felt for you. Like, sincerely felt for you, man. Like, that's something people don't take account for. Like, if you both got both of your parents, man, appreciate the fuck out of them.
Yeah, super lucky.
You never know. So that's definitely one thing. I enjoyed watching it with my mom because I seen her eyes water. Because the first thing she said when it's over, she's like, the way you felt about your father, that's how she felt about her father.
That's awesome,
like,
man.
Yeah, man. So thanks for making my mom feel like shit, you asshole.
Anytime, dude. Anytime. I would tell John to let his dad watch it, but his dad so would probably die.
My guy barely knows how to work YouTube. Holy shit.
Yeah, that's what would give him the heart attack. Him trying to work YouTube.
Yeah.
Watch it.
Yeah, right. He'll just get so fucking frustrated that he'll just keel over from that.
If you want to trade dads, I don't know where mine is.
You know what got me so fucking frustrated?
Kevin, you should do an hour about the loss of your hair. I feel like that's what you should do. You should do an hour special about the greatest loss of your life.
I only have 30
An
minutes.
hour about it?
I only got
I only have 30 minutes.
Yeah.
You should
And he-
say that with wearing a toupee on his head too.
Yeah, you should.
Hey,
Definitely.
Call it weaving productively. You should have.
Yeah. Oh my God.
That's fucking great.
Bro, and while you're doing it, you should style your beard in cornrows too.
Ooh, yeah.
I
See, I
don't-
really can't talk shit because I got the hair, but I grow a shitty beard, man. And I only do it because I got a second chin. And I just don't need that stress in my life every time I look at myself. I'm like, you fat motherfucker.
No,
So I'd rather just grow the shitty beard, let people talk shit about my hair is fucking gorgeous. So
Listen, bro, I
I
want
just
you.
took a second
I
check.
just realized you look like Maui from Moana.
I was Maui last year probably.
Were you?
That's crazy.
My daughter was Moana.
You look like the island Maui lived on.
I forget where Maui lived. He's got to be trying to figure that shit out now. Fucking Christ. Yeah, but you should definitely get a fucking beer tie for your hair tie.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
I fucking see it.
Yeah.
It should be like down to your belly button.
At least.
I think there, but just think that's a perfect fucking length.
Oh man, it's like a fucking sunken place down there.
I'm a visionary. Oh fuck. So Winston, I gotta ask you this though.
Yes.
Like you mentioned, like you wanted to do the special, then COVID happened,
Yeah.
and then that's how it got edited through Zoom. You did like some live shows with it, and kind of put it all together. So was this an idea before COVID, or did it become an idea like afterward?
The editing it the way that it was edited is purely like it happened as soon as COVID happened. Because I just thought I was going to do an hour special and the last 30 minutes would be about my dad. That's what I thought it was going to be. It was going to be like all the opening stuff that I had been working on the last year that wasn't dad related, and then 30 minutes of dad material. And then what ended up happening was COVID hit. I couldn't do an hour anywhere, but I could do 20 minutes here and there. And I had old sets recorded, and I could do a Zoom show. So I was just like, you know what? I'm going to make it purely about my dad, and then spent like 100 hours editing. It was insane. The editing took forever, dude, because it's like edited within jokes, right? So it's like the setup is from one show, the first punchline's from another, the second punchline is from a third show, and it's just boom, 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 boom. So it was a lot of editing.
And not even just that, he has a lot of parts in it, where he goes to his dad and he's just kind of like having a conversation with him. When you like go to visit like a loved one, that you buried recently, and you're just talking to him, right? kind of like how it used to be when they were around.
Yeah, that tried to be like the whole through line was like I went and recorded myself doing all the material, just telling my dad about the jokes I'd written about him for a year. And then that was a good way to be like, to open each new joke was to be like, it's me doing the setup for my dad and then just going into all these different shows.
Yeah. Honestly, you know what my favorite part of like the whole thing, I think the most touching part about the entire thing, at least in my opinion, was when you told the joke that, you know, your dad was gonna do on stage that you
Yeah.
didn't get done yet. And I think that was probably the best part. And it kind of brought the show full circle.
Yeah, that is the only part of doing it live where I almost cried on stage every time. Doing his material was really hard. To be like, because he was a funny guy, and he was like, oh, I want to try it, and we were gonna do it on Father's Day last year, and then he passed away the day after Father's Day, so we weren't able to do it. And so like I was like, well, I'm just taking this joke because he had pitched it to me a bunch. So I'm glad you liked that part, man, because I liked doing it. It was hard to do, but
It was. I mean, that was a good part. Definitely, the fact that you used his joke. For me was the last like the whole thing was raw. So don't take it like, oh, the last part was.
no, I love hearing what people liked about it.
And when you brought him up, bro, like, I think that's where I felt it the most because I was next to my mom. I'm like, maybe one day that'll be me, you know, on some sense. You know what I mean? Joking wise, because, you know, as a comedian, it's like, even when you're emotional, you still see the funny in the shit, you know? So I definitely, like, you know, I would definitely to have my mom there.
It's just cool to do it, man. Like I had never planned on it, and he just hopped up on stage because it was just like a game show that I host, and he did it, and I didn't know he was going to do it. And then I made sure after he passed away, I did a Valentine's Day show that my mom was at, and I didn't record it. I should have, but like she got on stage with me, and we did jokes together for 15 minutes where I was just like roasting my mom. So I'm very lucky I've gotten to perform with both my mom and my dad. And I would fully recommend if you ever do a show and there's an opportunity to bring a family member or a loved one up on stage, it's the greatest comedy memory I've ever had. Nothing will top it. I could get a Netflix special and nothing would top that.
So, I mean, the obvious question is like, you when you speak and you do material, you sound very seasoned. So I never asked you this, and it's been cool for a while now. How long have you been doing stand up in general?
I've been like I hit like 5 years right when quarantine started. So like in the middle of March, I had 5 years. So I'm at like 5.5.
Without being cocky, like at what point did you like, yeah, I got something here? Like you know that something like your material's hitting, and then now you just feel like you got to start building off of that.
It's weird, man. I was like lucky when I started doing stand up that I wasn't a cocky asshole, but like my first set went really well. So it was that type of thing where like my first set was at the Richmond Funny Bone, and they had a contest, and I won the contest.
Nice.
So like it was the type of thing where I was like, oh, I'm not the best comic ever, but when you have that first really good set, and you're like, if I keep working, I might be able to keep doing this. So it was, but I think at like a couple years ago when I hit the 3-year mark, and I was lucky to do some shows with some comics I really respect, and had some mentors that like really were honest with me and told me the things that I needed to work on. I was like, oh, they're talking to me like I'm a real comic. And that's kind of where I felt like, yeah, I could have a career in this. Like I could get to that point. And it's weird because when COVID hit, I was like, so like, I'm going to make this a career. It has to be what I do. But like COVID hit, and I'm just like, you know what? Like, I want this to be the only thing I do. I want this to be the only way I make money. But like, if it doesn't happen and I die tomorrow, it's like, I'm set. I released that special. That'll be out there forever. It's like I did what I came here to do.
I feel that. You know, like,
Was
you live your life.
was there anything that you were interested in before you started doing comedy?
Yeah, it's gay sex. Lots of gay sex. No, I was very interested in hot gay sex. Honestly, no. I like sports, and I've been into things, but as far as like dream careers, I always wanted to do stand up, but I never had the balls to try it. Like until I tried to try it in college, and like in college they had like a local stand up group, and there was like a guy that led it, and he taught a class, and I sent a message, and I was like, hey, I don't know where to start stand up. I would love to like do anything. I'll work the door. Is there an open mic or what? I was like, I was like 21. And he never responded to me. So I was like, oh, it's not meant for me. And then I didn't try it until I was almost 25. So it was like 4 years where I wasn't doing it. So I'm 30 now. So it's just like it's the only thing I've ever wanted to do, but I realized how hard stand-up is, and I was just like, I was just too scared.
Yeah, I think I was the age. I think I was 25 when I started doing stand-up comedy, and I realized, like, going back to what you said, I feel like you're like us as comedians, we're at our A game during our darkest part. In like going back to your father, like I feel like that might have been like a really good special, and like so like with everything, I feel like definitely when you're like upset about something, you have to say it. You have to say and you have to say it on stage, and
Yeah.
I feel like that's where you get the best material at.
Yeah, it definitely like taught me that I could write material about anything, because it's like if I can make this funny, I'm not scared of any topic. I'm glad that I'm not glad that he passed away, but like I'm glad that when he passed away, I was already at a point where I was kind of established in comedy, because I think if it had happened to me right when I started doing comedy, I would have quit. Like I wouldn't have been like, oh, I'm gonna make this thing, or oh, I could possibly make this thing, or worst case scenario, I make something that fucking sucks, because it's like I don't know how to do it yet. So it's like I try to look at like, because I don't talk about it often, but like I'm religious, so it's like I just try to look at stuff like, all right, well, sometimes shit happens, and I got to look at the positives. And the positive was I've got a podcast about death and grief called Dead Dad Comedy Pod, and it's got a pretty good viewership, and we got a lot of people that reach out and say I really helped them. I've had people come up to me after sets and say stuff, and then the outpouring of support that I've gotten from this special, it's been like my dad would be incredibly proud. He would be like, so that's where I'm at. So I agree. I think that if you're in a place to do it right, sometimes a bad thing happening, if you can turn it into something productive and help other people, it's like huge.
You know what that made me think of that I think is really interesting?
What?
Like, you know, you mentioned like you're really religious, but there was this
Not
one
really.
part,
I said
like,
religious. I said really. I didn't say really. That's why I don't talk about it. Is you say religious, and people are like, so you say that you think all Muslims should be killed? Now let's talk. It's like no, that's not what I said.
I mean,
religious.
Holmes can
No.
do it.
Hold on. Let me finish. No, like I was bringing that up because you mentioned like there's this one joke where you talk about how you don't believe in ghosts because you know he would just be coming back like, yeah, I knew you missed me. Yeah, you missed me. I knew it. Like just come out of nowhere, like. I know
Yeah, he
you
would,
missed
man.
me.
Yeah, he would. That's the type of dude he was.
And I just thought that was interesting, you know, when you said that, and then I thought of that joke. That was all I was trying to say.
Okay.
I wasn't trying to go into like, oh, these Muslims now.
No, just people that are like, oh, he's real. This is so fun. I never talk about being religious in front of comics because I feel like most aren't. And then when you say it, their first thought is like, oh, he's a crazy psycho Christian person. And it's like, no, I'm not. I just like.
Holmes can like do a set about religion, then it shouldn't be like a thing. You know what I mean? And speaking about ghosts, I'm actually staying at a haunted hotel tomorrow.
Nice.
So that's gonna be very interesting.
Yeah, Chino believes in ghosts.
You do?
Chino does. I do not.
No.
Still, you know, I feel like that's more of a whitewashed word. It's like,
Yeah, no.
I believe in like spirits.
yeah, I call them spirits.
I mean-
I do believe they're spirits, man. I know God is real. You know what I mean, I'm not gonna get too deep in there, but I'm 32. I had shit happen in my life that God proved to me He's real, and I'm definitely I'm not optimistic about when it comes to religion. I'm not religious. I don't believe in a lot of things, but I definitely believe there's God. I know that for a fact there is. No matter what nobody
I
tells me,
like that, dude.
that's ingrained in me because of what I've been through and what happened to me that actually opened my eyes. Like just to get quick on it, I was in a relationship and I asked God just quickly, like, even if it hurts me, let me know the truth. And the very next day I get a phone call from a guy telling me, hey, you know this girl? I'm like, yeah, you know, and not to get too much details, I wait for my special to say that. Yeah, man, everything that I felt down inside came out, and it literally was the day after Thanksgiving of 2014, man. And that day made prove to me that God was real because I literally I cried, and I'm like, I was hurt, you know, I was heartbroken at the time. So I had tears in my eyes, and I was just begging God, dude, I hate this feeling. That's why I'm a big I trash love a lot because it's not that I'm being childish about it. It's just I sincerely never felt true love.
Yeah.
I felt lust. I felt a real big emotion for somebody, but to see him like, oh, I would love this person to the death of me. I never felt that. You know what I mean? So
I feel that.
that's for me. God is real, but yeah, spirits are real. Sorry, let's get back to
No, that's fine.
You know what? Here's the thing. You know, you actually made me think about something that happened to me. I actually used to be engaged, you know, when I was in my senior year of college. You know, I felt that for this girl, and I thought like this was gonna be the one. And you know, it ended up falling like flat on my face. Like a little after a year, I got down on one knee. Like this was like 2 weeks, you know, before my 23rd birthday. We ended up breaking it off, and you know, I just think of, you know, the downward spiral, you know, my life took, you know, everybody walked out of it, you know, I got a DUI, I ended up having to, you know, get my broadcasting degree, you know, by taking the river line instead of my car. And, you know, things were tough for
Damn, dude.
a long time after. So all I'm trying to say is we're all going to be on the come up real soon.
Mhm.
I see it coming for all of us. Kevin and Victoria just need to go through shit so we can make a full on comedy group.
Hey, I already recorded a special in Spanish. I don't know. I'm hitting Telemundo before fucking. Whatever deal I get first, I don't care. You know.
I was telling
Hágale usted también, hijo de puta, hágale.
I did Kevin's his mic on Friday, and I told him he's gonna be the next host of Sábado Gigante. Sábado Gigante was like a 40-year-old, 50-year-old Spanish showing every Saturday. Yeah, like a big thing. It was like the best way I could describe it is like the Wheel of Fortune or with Bob Barker, whoever Bob Barker was.
Interesting.
Oh shit.
So I was telling him that he's gonna be the host one day.
Bro,
Okay.
if they ever make a sequel to Happy Gilmore, that's gonna be the person Happy.
So the podcast that you have, what made you kind of start getting into like death and everything? Was it because like of
Oh, yeah,
like
since my
your
dad died, yeah.
yeah?
Was,
Okay.
yeah, so he died like a year ago, and I started the podcast up in January of this year. It was me and one of my really good friends, Amber Hendricks, who's an improviser out of Virginia. But her dad died of the same thing my dad did, but in different ways. Like my dad died over the course of 10 days, and hers was like months and months and months of watching him like waste away and stuff. And she just helped me with my grief journey. And we thought it would be fun because we would always make jokes and stuff. I was like, we should record this and invite guests on to talk about really fucked up things that they've been through about losing people. So like we had a guest come on who talked about his girlfriend who committed suicide on Thanksgiving, and we had another guest come on and talk about how he never knew his father, and then right when he decided to go find his father, it was posted in the paper that his father had died. So it was like, so it's like all these crazy things, and we talk about them, and we're making jokes that only people that have been through shit can make, and showing that like death is funny, man. It's insane, and people that pretend like this shit isn't ridiculous and funny are crazy. So it's just been really cathartic and therapeutic for me.
Tragic comedy is a thing for a reason.
Yep.
Yeah, it's more therapeutic than anything.
Yeah, it's definitely therapeutic.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like if you're the one that went through it and you can laugh at it, there's no need for somebody else that can go through what you're going through and have a fucking opinion. That's me personally.
Agreed.
You know what's crazy? I've made jokes about, you know, playing football when I was younger, about the fact that I'm a color commentator for a station now. I've made jokes about comedy itself, about me being fat. You know, I've made jokes about all kinds of things. I've actually never made a joke about that relationship. That's like the one thing I've never made a joke about. And it's,
Me neither.
and, you know, the crazy thing is, like, there's really no reason why. It just hasn't happened. You know, I haven't had any jokes that have just dawned on me. I just haven't.
But you know what? When it does come, you're gonna just say it on stage, and it's gonna just like people are gonna start rolling laughing. Because like I feel like the best comedy is when you just kind of improvise and it's from the heart.
Yeah, true.
Bro, the day it happens, I'm just gonna come up with all kinds of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like quicker than I have with like any other subject. You know, all these jokes about fucking COVID, 2 fucking cats we have. You know, my relationship now, which you know is the happiest part of about my life. Let's be real.
Yeah, I feel like I never did no jokes about love or about any relationship because the longest relationship I was in was almost 10 years, and I got 2 kids out of it. And like to trash her, and then one day my kids hear it, like I'm being responsible with that.
Yeah.
But I feel like the true honesty is because I'm broke and I still live in an area where everybody knows me.
Yeah,
If I went to rich and gone, and then I could trash it
yeah, that's fair.
like a normal human being, you know?
Yeah,
Yo, Chino, you ever trash your kids on stage? Let's
All
be
the
honest.
time,
yeah,
all the time.
he does.
all the fucking time.
No,
But that's the thing about my comedy is I don't mean half of the shit I say. Besides my daughter is a little. I love you, honey.
I love you. I promise.
It's the
Call
love
me
there.
It's all jokes. I swear. None of it's
So
true.
Winston, I guess I've been seeing you have more opportunities now because of your special. And if
Yeah.
so, my next thing is you already got the podcast and it's kicking and you said it's going well. Are you thinking of doing something else that might be relatable to the subject or?
Yeah, man, I've got something going on that like I can't like say like yet because I'm not
Yeah.
gonna do it, but it's like there's just something where like a couple people have reached out to me about doing something along those lines with like
I definitely see it.
nonprofits and just trying to find a way to bring comedy to that world. I'm like writing a proposal, working with this lady and working on budget and stuff and seeing if it's something that'll happen. Very much up in the air. But the cool thing is I like that I have that lane of stuff I can do. But like you've seen me do Zoom sets and comedy online. I don't just stay in that lane. Like I'm like all over the place talking about what I want to talk about. So I like being able to like separate it. But I don't think this is the end of me doing comedy in that world because I just like helping people too much. It's too much fun to make people feel good.
You got to be in a bunch of different lanes. I feel like if you know you got to be that asshole in like 4 different parking spaces in the fucking Acme.
I agree, man.
You gotta be that
I
hard
agree.
son of a bitch.
I agree. You got to be like doing a bunch of different stuff because you don't know what's going to click. You don't know what people are going to like, and if you might be sticking with one thing, and if you go in another, because I'm someone that's perfectly happening. If the dead dad stuff leads to that being my full-time thing, and then it opens up so that I can do the other stuff I want to do too. Like I'm not going to quit doing regular
It's
stand-up.
gonna happen.
Yeah, so we'll see. But I'm having fun doing it, man. I've had so much fun. Just with this special being out, it's like it's been like the best feeling in the world, man.
I mean, from a spectator from the outside, I can honestly say, you know, I mean, I guess it's just comedian to comedian. I definitely appreciate the fact that you're this vulnerable because a lot of comedians are not as vulnerable. We might think we're vulnerable and we say jokes that might feel like, oh, he's opening up, but some of us are self-conscious about a lot of shit. Like for me, it ain't like it is about dumb shit. You know? Like I don't want to be a shitty father. I don't want, you know what I mean? So
I get it.
you know what I mean? So, but definitely, I definitely see what you're doing, and definitely, man, I definitely see the future bright, man, because you're fucking
Thanks.
hilarious.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, man.
I think the Grieving Productively was the first time I ever even heard any of your father's jokes because I always heard different shit.
Yeah,
So it
man.
was
I haven't done
definitely
any of that shit.
The way I met Winston, believe it or not, was through a Zoom hang, and the topic came up about dating big women, and all I said was I never dated a big woman. Winston, exact words. Oh, Chino hate fat bitches. And then it stuck for a while. That some people were like, "Yo, is he serious?" That's oh my god. I'm like, so he had to start. No, I was joking.
I'd be like, I'm kidding. I was like, I was getting his ass about it for a while. I was like, Chino hates fat women. Isn't that crazy? Hates them.
Everything on him, and Chino hates fat women. Holy shit!
Isn't that crazy?
I don't hate fat women, ladies. I love you all. It doesn't matter the shape, your size. I just never dated one. If you want to give me a try, I'm here. I don't believe in love, so you won't have to work on that part. But anything else, I'm there for. Sorry, moms.
Fat women, he's there for all your services.
Yes.
Except what you feel in here. He don't have none of that.
Sorry.
Oh, they always got bacon in their pocket. What's wrong with you?
That's what he does. He be wearing button downs. He just sticking bacon in the chest pocket.
Yeah, buddy.
The bra, inside the bra, so it's always warm.
Oh, it's got to be in the titty so it stays warm and crispy.
Yeah.
And then when you suck the titty, it tastes just like bacon.
I just making me nauseous.
You got to do, you know, you got to just go to a tanning booth, just lift them up real quick. So you got to place the fried bacon.
Kino's one of those sick fucks that like turkey bacon.
Ooh, I like turkey bacon.
I love turkey bacon. What's wrong with turkey bacon?
Turkey bacon's
I've
good.
never had turkey bacon before.
Not my
Kevin, you Colombian, right? You're Colombian, right?
Yeah.
You eat cheese and hot chocolate. Please don't talk about food, all right?
Have you tried it? Have you tried it?
Facts.
Yeah, and it's delicious. But still,
Okay,
it's
so
weird.
shut the fuck. There you
I'm
go.
good.
Bro,
I'm good on that.
bro, you know what I'll never understand? These
Nah,
motherfuckers,
it's really good. It's really good.
these motherfuckers that put like turkey sandwiches in their chocolate milk. I'll never
What?
understand those kind of people.
What's that?
Bro, I've seen people do shit like that.
Wait, what? What do
You
they
know,
put in
they
them?
You know,
That
they
an
put like
Instagram challenge?
sandwich in chocolate milk. I've seen this shit.
No. They're
Yeah,
That sounds
fucking
awful.
weird, right?
All right,
Turkey
real.
bacon's good though.
It's like ice cream and ketchup. No.
I like turkey bacon. Turkey bacon's good. I mean, it's not better, but it's still good.
Yeah, I like them. I like them both a lot, man.
Ever had beef bacon? It's been good too.
I don't know how we got here, but I just wanted to ask you guys: have you ever done like rooftop shows or park shows or car shows? Like at
I
a,
want
I
to do
did an
that.
outside show. I didn't do no rooftop yet. I did an outside show 2 weeks ago. That was-
Yeah, I've done rooftops, outdoors, backyards, driveways, and shit like that. Yeah, that's pretty much all that's going on out here in
Yeah.
Virginia, in DC.
I want to do that rooftop one in New York. I really want to do that.
which
Yeah,
one?
because that just sounds fun.
Which one's that?
What is the scene like in DC? Like
What's that?
comedy ones. What's the comedy scene like in DC? Like how are the
Oh,
people?
DC's dope. Like DC's a really good comedy scene. There's a lot of really strong comedians. When everything's open, there's like 3 really big clubs and a bunch of underground venues and like I don't know. There's a bunch of really good comics come through, and there's right now it's just like some outdoor shows. Like there's Crybaby and Capital Laughs. They're like producers, and they've got some really good outdoor shows. There's more outdoor stuff popping up right now. I don't know what's gonna happen when the winter fully gets here.
Yeah.
But I mean I did a show the other day that was fucking freezing a few weeks ago, but I was like better than nothing. I would gladly stand out there in the frigid cold. It was like raining. I was like, this sucks dick. I was like, but I'm gonna do my time.
I mean, I did an outside show too, but they had a bunch of pits, fire pits. So
That's cool.
We were cool, you know. But once you left the venue, yeah, it was fucking freezing.
Challenge
cool,
in New
man.
York. The
the
challenge
one
in
you
New
did in
York is
Philly?
we have traffic and trains and helicopters and people shooting each other. So, I don't know you guys, but I hate it. But whatever.
You hate it?
You're over there
I'm
doing
New York
comedy in
City.
fucking Gotham City right now.
Yeah, New York City. And you got the Chicanos next door blasting the salsa music, and you can't do nothing about it. What are you gonna do?
What the fuck, Ruben?
Yeah.
What the? I
Phone
thought I
off.
did something.
I want to fry an egg in front of a chicken and say you're next. Okay.
Where the fuck did that even just come from?
Is that foreplay? That's foreplay.
Sorry,
Is that what
guys,
it
we're
was?
having technical
I'm so
difficulties.
He came out of nowhere with that. He said, I want to.
He's like,
He's not muted. He could talk. He's not muted.
No, he can, but I just don't know why that just happened. He just came out of nowhere with, like, I want to fry an egg in front of a chicken, and then he fucking put the Bill Goldberg quote on us.
Yeah. Well, Winston, before our time runs out, do you want to plug in any events you got coming on? That
Nah, man. Just check out Grieving Productively. Follow me at Winston H Comedy. Nothing too crazy. Be my friend on Facebook. Do
and your
some-
OnlyFans? You don't want to put your OnlyFans out there?
I wish I had an OnlyFans. I wish that I was somebody that was like okay with my body enough to put it out there, because I honestly don't think I would give a shit if I looked at it if I could just be okay with it, make a little extra money. I'm so
Yeah,
jealous of it. That would be so dope.
I wish I had the room for having. I got 2 kids. Because if I was doing TikTok, I would definitely do it. But I only do TikTok, OnlyFans. But I only do TikTok dance in the nude.
Oh,
That's
listen,
fair.
if you have good feet, you could do a. do it.
I don't know.
All you need is a handful of sickos. I'll pay for feet stuff, and you're good to go. Trust
I
me.
would do
Alright.
that. Absolutely. I got nice feet. I would
Do it.
totally do that.
Do it.
That's
Some
interesting.
guy paid me $50 to walk on strawberries.
Bullshit.
And
You got nice feet?
I got mine are size 13. They look like hobbit feet. So like little hair.
Is that what they want? Do they want big feet or they want like small petite feet? What do they
Everyone
want?
has a different thing. So you gotta
Okay,
find.
'cause I got small feet. I got pretty
I got
small.
big ass feet.
Do
I
you
got,
have
like-
hair on your toes?
No, I got like very pretty feet.
I
Okay.
like fingers
He's
because they
got
have
like
I'm
eight.
showing my feet right now, damn.
I got like I wear a men's size 8. Is like no hair on it. They are very no fucked up toes.
You're
The
model.
I'm
nails
not
look
a
good.
foot person, man. I'm not a foot person.
I'm not either. Here's the thing. I'm not a foot person either. But I notice when a girl has fucked up feet. Does that make
Oh
sense?
yeah. Oh, damn.
Yeah, it's like I'm not trying to fuck someone's feet, but gross feet will end it.
Like,
Sorry.
Is that like a peeve of yours or like a turn off?
Yeah, I couldn't do it.
Leave the socks on, man. Like any decent man.
Socks, get the
Bro.
fuck out of here. Bad feet
anybody
and
should
like
notice
bad
somebody's
teeth.
For me, it's
Bad-
breath and teeth, man. I feel like those are the worst. You got
Teeth.
bad teeth and breath.
You can fix
How could you
breath.
put socks on your feet? Plus, I'm not a foot person, so I don't even think no feet are cute.
There's this
That's
one
crazy.
dude. This one dude that follows me on Instagram, right? And I constantly see his fucking videos. This dude has the dirtiest teeth I have ever seen in my life.
Brutal.
Like his front teeth are fucking brown, and he's constantly like smiling when he's talking. I'm like, stop. You ain't got
He's not a comedian, is he?
Huh?
Is he a comedian?
He is, yeah.
I have Invisalign in right now. These are pretty sweet.
Nice. Those are awesome.
Oh,
So where else besides DC have you like done comedy? I'm assuming you've traveled a lot.
Yeah, just up and down the East Coast a little bit. Like I think the farthest north I've gone is like Pittsburgh, but I've also done stuff down in Florida. But like that's all like one-off stuff. For the most part, it's like Virginia, DC, Maryland. That's like the 3 places I hit the most. I was hoping on like submitting to more clubs and stuff and start to open for people and like spread it out like right when COVID was happening. But
Yeah.
so I've done like one-offs in certain places, but like outside of Pennsylvania, Maryland, DC, and Virginia, those are the only places that I would go to a lot.
Now, did you like do your special throughout the places that you went to? Besides Washington D.C. and like
No,
Up in-
so literally none of my special was filmed in DC. So
Okay.
it was like it's like because I used to live in Richmond, Virginia, so everything except for one set was recorded like almost a year ago at this point in Virginia Beach. One set was recorded in June in Richmond. One set was recorded in July in Charlottesville, Virginia. And then the night that my dad got diagnosed, that set that I just accidentally recorded was in Richmond too. So all of it was pretty much all that stuff was filmed in Virginia
oh wow.
because that's where I started.
nice, man. Fuck. You know where I honestly want to hit up? I want to
What?
hit up Philly and AC.
That'd be cool.
Philly, man, let me know. Before COVID, that's where I was mainly at, Philly.
About to say, I let you know a little bit ago.
Yeah. Well, I haven't done the other show. I haven't done.
I got to open for you.
Yeah,
What's
no
going on?
else.
But only reason I haven't been in New York is because I don't want to go to New York for a 3-4 minute set, and I still got to drive an hour. I mean, I ride a train for an hour and a half, and then that's just to get to New York.
Jersey, right?
Around New York.
Do you guys have like a top like 3 or 4 spots that you definitely want to go like all time?
The store for me.
The store. Yeah.
Yeah.
Store definitely.
These
It's just
places-
for me, it's the holy grail, man. It's like all my favorites started there or they've been there before.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Did you see the documentary of the store?
Yeah, it's
I
really
haven't.
good. Really
I seen
good.
the
Oh.
first documentary a few years back, but I want to watch the new one soon.
It's good. It's really
It's
good.
not because I didn't want to watch it. It's just I don't have cable right now. Don't judge me.
It's good though.
Wait,
It's good.
Nobody should have cable. You can
Yeah.
your shit free, whatever. Everything's free.
everybody's cable.
Porn is free too. You don't. Who pays premium porn? That's come on. It's
People are
ridiculous.
paying for OnlyFans, so people are paying for
All right.
Pornhub.
That okay. Amateur stuff. I feel it's for people. It's more curiosity. I don't know. Look, if I'm making a few grand a month for my feet, fuck you. I don't care. That's it works. It works, right? So.
Yeah, I guess I'll pay for it to watch Jennifer Lopez shave her
Well,
ass.
you can get Showtime online for a month for free right now. That's what I did. I just watched it for a month and canceled
Really?
it. Yeah.
Now I know what.
Comedy Store was good.
You just go through each one, just watch it for a month and cancel it.
Yeah, for the most part.
I like
I
it.
think it's
things.
on HBO Max, the documentary. I
Is it
have
going-
it.
No, it's on Showtime.
It's on Showtime? No, I thought
Yeah,
it
it's a Showtime documentary, the Comedy Store one.
No, I got HBO Max. I just don't have Showtime.
Wait, Victoria,
yeah.
you said like 4 places that are on your bucket list, right? Are those places can they be places you've been to, or are these places you still haven't gone to yet?
I guess they can be places that you've been to.
That I've been to?
Yeah. Sure.
I know the store is one of them for me too. Gotta put Caroline's and Comedy Cellar in there. Because those are 2 also that I haven't been to that I really want to go to. And one I really want to go to right now that I've been bringing up for a while. It's Punchline over in
Yeah.
Philly. I haven't been there yet.
I've been there once for their open mic, but their open mic is after their show, so most of the crowd dies out after the show. So the most people that are there are other comedians that want to get on.
So cool.
But it's still a fun time because it's stand up, But
Yo, that's how they do their mics out in Philly, and it ends up being like 5 hours. It's easy to get burned out.
yeah, people get burned out.
Yeah, it's tough. Yo,
But
I went to a spot in Brooklyn called Eastville Comedy Club recently. Yo, it's a really nice room over there.
Okay.
I really like that room because it's a nice, cozy room. With distancing, you can fit like 30 people, and it's just fun. It's homey. The crowd gets into it easy. From the one set I've done there, I really like that club over there. I'm probably going back and doing one like right before I hit peaks at Amazon.
Oh yeah.
Nice because they got shows on Wednesdays too, and I got off Thursdays even on peak. It'll be a nice little setup.
what you should do is have your John, what you should do is when y'all have the Christmas parties, tell your supervisors, hey man, I got a few comedian friends. If you're willing to pay them, they'll come here and entertain.
You know what's crazy? They have like events, that they did, before COVID hit. They would do events like every so often for the people that work there, and I actually thought about it. But when COVID hit, they canceled everything. They haven't put on any events since.
Yep.
That's like,
Well,
fuck.
Once winter comes, I don't think there's gonna be comedy for the rest of the season.
yeah,
I think there's gonna be like Zooms. I think there's gonna be Zooms for sure, but I don't think there's gonna be a lot of
yeah.
like,
I mean,
live
it's,
shit.
it's a lot of open. I mean, outdoor stuff probably. Yeah, definitely. But now that you mentioned, anybody out there doubting Zoom, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Zoom is here to stay, man.
It's a love-hate thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not, I don't think it's as good as in-person stuff, but
Oh,
it's
never.
better than doing nothing, man. It's way
Let me
better
not
than
say
doing
that because
nothing.
someone said it never will be. Somebody like, well, people that are disabled. I'm like, I know disabled comedians that rather be on stage than on Zoom, but I'm not going to argue the fact. You're right.
Yeah,
No.
but thanks to COVID, in the morning I can be in Japan or England, and at night I can be in Mexico,
Yeah.
Argentina.
I was in Japan not that long ago.
Yeah.
I'm traveling in Zoom, baby.
Yo, I'm in my boxes right now. You can't tell.
I used to use cheats on Pokemon Go to do that. Now I can do that with fucking comedy. Fucking great.
Hell yeah, dude.
Fucking beautiful thing. No, but I think there's gonna be like a few places that are gonna continue with indoor shows. A few. There's not gonna be a lot.
No, there's not.
And then you're gonna have your Zoom shows. Like I think Eastville's probably gonna be doing shows. Elbow Room up in Connecticut. I did a show there recently. They're probably gonna do them.
Yeah, I think big places, like big rooms, like you'll see more stuff on the road opening up, like the middle of America in the South, and like even in like the Northeast where you've got like bigger clubs, and they're just going to be at like half capacity. I just think that that's what's just going to happen unless the numbers go up crazy high. Like I think that's all it depends on is they'll do whatever the states will let them do. Like that's
Yeah.
what it's gonna be.
That's another reason why I didn't want to like go back out to doing stand-up comedy live, because then I'll just get used to it, and then when like comes to the fact that it closes again, I'll just be like, oh fuck, and then you get that urge to be like, I don't know what to do, type
Yeah,
of thing.
that's fair. I've been trying to do, but like that's why I also do so many Zooms, is because it balances out. Like I'm doing so many Zooms, and I do live ones over Zoom ones. But if the live ones all disappear, I don't think it's going to hurt me as much as it did, because the way that it hurt me at the beginning of COVID, because I had nothing. It like hit, and I was just like, so there was a month where I was like, what the fuck am I doing with my life?
Mm-hmm.
It's all
I feel
gone.
that.
I also, I mean, I picked up hobbies along the way to like, and that helped. Like, picked up I started doing photography and just like poetry and all this stuff. So like, I feel like as long as you're like practicing some form of art, then like you're kind of doing something. You know what I mean? Like if it's not comedy, then maybe you can do improv. If it's not improv, then you can start a YouTube channel. If you can't do YouTube, then start a TikTok. Like everybody in the freaking country.
Yeah, man.
I learned to wipe my ass with my left hand during quarantine. That's
Oh man, that's a fucking talent.
oh yeah.
Extras ass wiping.
I can use my left hand for anything. It's like, all right, might as well.
God, that is fucking useless.
Learning new stuff every day.
Bro, you ever just try to wipe with both hands, just like get like.
Sit down. Sit the fuck down. Don't want to see it.
I'm not showing you. I'm just like there. You ever just try to swipe one, swipe two?
Does the end
No.
later? The end later. It's fine.
Never.
Never. I love how Winston's like never when I was talking to Kevin. He just wanted to let everybody know.
No, that's not how wipe your hand with two. You wipe your ass with two hands. Come on now.
He's just right-handed.
You must
Not
have a
it.
double crown. What the fuck?
Oh shit.
You know what I
Literally.
miss? Roast battles, live roast battles. I miss doing that. You can't do this shit on Zoom, really. I don't know.
Yo, honestly, there are certain if I were to do it, there'd be like certain comedians that like I would want to roast. Just because I've got great jokes for like some of them and like I've thought about it, and others like I haven't thought about yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't thought about roasting anybody that's on here.
Okay.
Like I haven't thought of any roast jokes for you guys.
Oh, once you said what you just said, I started roasting you in my head. I'm like,
Wow.
Oh, that's fun. Bro, me and you just roast each other half the show. Let's be real. We didn't come on here and start roasting each other. And then whoever the guest is gets in with Chino. Not to say I never get fucking help.
I had a kind of a roast battle with Kevin on his mic, but the early hour.
Okay.
I'm not gonna get too deep into it, but I was told some gang affiliation, and I rewatched your set. I rewatched your set on your hour. Did you go back in the see the hours before? Because nothing he told you was honest. First thing he said to Marco was like, "I know you're hitting that." That didn't bother me. You know what I mean? And he kept going. And I'm like, and so I commented thinking I didn't think I was going to get under his skin. He's a comedian, you know. I got under his skin. He started telling me, "Man, get off my dick," and then started claiming, "Yo," he said, "Meet me, stay to my face." And then at the end, before he got over, like, "Man, like something about Latin Kings." Oh, shit.
What?
Yep, I'm getting back on.
Down, bro.
Man.
Was never that serious. The way he said that too, he's like, "Get off my dick."
Yeah, I don't even remember the comedian's name. It was not even for me. It wasn't that serious because I'm from Trenton. Not trying to claim like I'm tough, but I grew up in the streets. I really did. Like I became a comedian going on 2 years. And I didn't really mature into my age until 27, 28. So a lot of my time on this earth was me being a fucking knucklehead. You know, I did things that I kind of regret, but I don't because I am where I'm at because of it. Nothing, especially words, will never offend me. Nothing gets under my skin. So I didn't think words was going to offend him. I was just doing what he was doing to another comedian. And he,
Bro, you grew up roasting people. I know you did.
yeah. I mean, it's just being a big guy. You gotta be fucking on top of your shit, man. Like, Winston, like I let Winston go because he's just the crowd work is. You can tell you're fucking great at the crowd work.
Yeah, I love crowd work, man.
You know what I mean? Like, if something I say during the material involves crowd work, that's if I see something right there, you know, we always look. I don't know. I look at the audience before I get on stage. So if I see something, I already start working on something quick when I get there. But yeah,
Smart,
man. Those things
He's
fun.
like the best at crowd work. Sorry, Chino. The
Yeah,
best at crowd work is Andrew Schultz. He really knows how to
He is a good crowd work comedian. That is true.
that and this guy
Jay Okerson.
name. He has a stutter.
This is good though.
Yeah,
And
you're
you
talking about
wanna-
Drew Lynch. Talking about Drew
Drew
Lynch.
is really good with
Mhm.
crowd work.
Yeah, he's a pretty good crowd work comic
Yeah.
too. You're correct.
All
Yeah.
those AGT comedians are good with crowd work because they do 2-minute sets.
Yeah.
They get used to that. In the next 58 minutes, they gotta just roast people the whole time.
Mhm.
Yo, crowd work is so much fun though, bro. I had this one dude, right? There was one dude when I went up to Connecticut like this past weekend, and you know, he just looked like he wasn't into the show at all. I think, you know, because what I heard from Abby is like people were hitting on his girl like the entire time, like people were coming up and shit. So he just looked like he wasn't into the show at all during my set.
Yeah.
But he just looked like he wasn't into the show at all, and I kept pointing him out for it. And for some reason, I made the joke where I say I'm so fat when I see Patrick Mahomes play football. I think of the Hawaiian Punch Kick. You guys know the jokes I do. So I do that. He suddenly looks like he's into the fucking show. I don't know why. All of a sudden, that fat joke did it for him. But like I called him out on it, and you know, as soon as I did, this motherfucker goes, "Oh yeah!" I'm like, did his ass just pull the Kool-Aid man? Like, what are you doing? Bro, that's like me talking about Honey Nut Cheerios and going, "It's the winner, mom." That's Apple Jacks, motherfucker. Bro, he messed me up so bad when he did that. Holy shit.
This was fun, man. Thank you guys so much for having me.
No, thanks for coming, man.
Oh, it was really nice meeting you.
Yeah, for sure. This was a good time.
That was a hell of a way to end the show, just talking about Apple Jacks.
That's the way you got to do it, man.
Where can I see your special? I haven't seen it.
YouTube, man. Just
Sorry.
YouTube grieving productively, and I'd love for you to check it out, man.
All right.
I'm gonna put it on the that post I made that you commented on, and it'll be easier
Thanks,
for you.
dude. I appreciate it.
I honestly want to share this with Winston before we go, because I have one joke that I do that I stole from my dad that was funny as well. You guys know that pussy joke I do?
Yes.
My dad was the one to give me that joke.
That's awesome.
Yeah. That's the
Hell
only
yeah, man.
funny thing he has ever said since I've been doing comedy. And
That's
that's
awesome,
the only
though.
joke I've ever done. But yeah, I wanted to make sure I shared that with you.
Thanks, man. That's dope.
Instead of ending this on fucking Apple Jacks and shit.
I think it's a good ending. I think it's a good ending. We brought it all full circle.
Yeah, man. But I appreciate you coming on. I appreciate
Anytime, dude.
you sharing the story. I appreciate you just hanging out with us, honestly.
It was fun, dude. Anytime, man. This was a blast.
Yeah, of course, man. But anyways, guys, that is it for this episode of the Roundtable here on HamiltonRadio.net channel HR2. As always, I'm your host, John Brecco. We got co-host Chino De Leon, Victorious Kaplan, fucking Kevin Escobar, special guest host with his fucking Furious Pete shirt on. My fucking goodness. And star of Grieving Productively, Winston Hodges. We had a fucking
dude.
show coming up tonight. I love it. Be back
Yep.
same time, same channel next week, everybody. Be here. Deuces.
You know,
Dude.